everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. You're in my corner, and I have count them, three guests, if you can count. You might not be able to, in my corner today, and I'm not sure how we're going to introduce you guys. Do we want to go by alphabetical order, maybe? Would that be the
Sure.
wisest idea?
But are we going alphabetical order by username or by real name? I don't know.
I guess by username, because that would be what people would know you from.
Okay.
So it would be Crow first, because it
The
starts with
Azure
an A.
Crow, I would be second.
Oh, you want to be second? Okay, fine. Then mine is first.
Wait. Why would you be second?
He wants it to be T. He wants it to be
Yeah, but T comes after S.
I don't know. I don't know anymore.
What?
T, A goes L. L comes first in the alphabet, then S for Shady Box, and then T. R,
Yeah,
S,
but is
T.
that shady with a Y or a?
Oh, we're not doing that.
Someone
I'm the Azure
introduce
Crow.
themselves.
I think it's very important that the alphabet situation be resolved before any introductions happen.
All right, so here I'll do it. How about we go Little Karibo,
I.
Shady, and then the
Hi.
Azure Crow. Can we do that? Is that fine?
Sure, we can do that.
Okay. So go ahead.
Hello, I am Little Karibo. I come first in the alphabet.
Hello, I am Shady. I am the second in the alphabet.
Hey, I'm the Azure Crow, and I don't care about the alphabet.
Screw the alphabet.
Very much so.
Do you have money?
He's very anti-alphabet.
Well, you don't need any English nowadays. You can kind of just gibbly goop all your way through the English language.
He's
That's what I do.
protesting the alphabet. He's occupying the alphabet.
Now, obviously, we asked you guys all to come on the show together because you just worked on a project together, which I know the fans are very familiar with. And before we talk about the project on its own, I'd actually like to know what you guys thought of the movie, like the actual movie, and when you got to see it.
Oh dear.
Well, you guys saw it, right?
Yes.
The Japanese version, yeah.
Okay. Well, if you want to talk about the Japanese version first, because that came up first, obviously.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
What? Me?
Yeah, you.
I am like the
You
least
get to be
opinionated in
first
that
now.
regard.
But you get to be first
it's a-
in the alphabet now, so you should go first.
But it's the
It was a
Japanese
movie
alphabet.
about card games. There was dragons. It was fantastic. I don't really. I'm not a big, huge Yu-Gi-Oh fan, so I don't have a lot of opinion on it. I thought Paradox was interesting, but broken. No, why don't you two, who have seen it a lot more than I have, go ahead and go first? That would be fantastic, I think.
Okay.
You go, Shady. You go.
All right. Well, I caught the movie. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to catch it out in theaters when it came over here in the UK. But I did manage to catch it on DVD. I wouldn't say it holds any water against the series at all, but I would say for what it is, it's a fun movie. That's exactly what it is, and that's what I see it as. It's just a fun 40-minute extended piece of movie.
Mm-hmm.
As a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, it's pretty awesome, I will say. I mean, just the whole idea of seeing the characters together and it's very pretty at the end of the day. I mean, my experience seeing the movie was I literally caught a flight to New York because I didn't know that they were going to release it in cinemas in the UK, and I passed up the opportunity to see the original Yu-Gi-Oh movie in cinemas because I wasn't a fan of the show at the time, and I didn't want to go my whole life never having seen a Yu-Gi-Oh thing on the big screen, if this was going to be my only chance. So I flew to New York only to find out like a week before I left that it was going to come to the UK. And then, funnily enough, I get to the customs at the. I'm sorry, this is going to be a somewhat long story. I get to the customs check-in desk, and the guy's like, "Why are you coming to America?" And I explained to that I was here to see the Yu-Gi-Oh movie, and they threw me in a room filled with foreigners and basically interrogated me because, well, they didn't really interrogate me, but they gave me a good questioning about the whole situation because I had to explain that I was Little Karibo, et cetera, and that there wasn't anything illicit going on. I was just literally here to see a cartoon about people playing card games.
Yu-Gi-Oh, the new terrorist threat.
Yep. We're at threat level Shadow Realm.
And so what did you think of the movie?
I mean, as a movie, as a anal movie fan who would nitpick at everything, there's lots wrong with it. But as a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, I had a fun time watching it.
Well, it was funny. I actually had to have Crow explain to me what happened in the actual movie the other night. Because,
Mhm.
well, the last time I realistically watched the show Yu-Gi-Oh! Was
Mhm.
when Duke Devlin first appeared. So I'm completely out of the loop.
So I gave her a sit down and I explained to her what happened in the movie. So many questions. Oh my god.
Well, because it's not Back to the Future time travel. It's like Star Trek time travel where they both, they section into different timelines, every different possibility.
It's like DBZ time travel mixed with Doctor Who time travel in a lot of regards, ending with two Yugis walking around.
And so, did you guys know immediately that you wanted to do the project, or did someone specifically propose the project first?
I think what happened was the trailer came out, and I immediately downloaded it, and then I said to Azure Crow, who at the time was called Semi Soma, and I
Mhm.
said to Shady, we should dub this in like 5 hours and release it and do something with it, and then we did. And fortunately, I think the casting was very appropriate, and it was pretty clear right off the bat that we could, if we wanted to do something more with it, we could. So I think the seed was always there, and that at the end of the day, we knew that once it came out, somebody was going to do something with it. I think
Mhm.
that was clear from the get go, and I always wanted to tackle it, and I kind of knew from the start that these guys were going to be on board regardless.
Although I wasn't supposed to be Yusei originally.
What?
You do not recall that? The whole story behind how I voiced Yusei was you wanted me to voice Paradox, make fun of, the this is a card game bit.
Really?
Yeah, and I watched the trailer I recorded for that and came back to you, and I was like, I don't know who that guy is, but he seems like a really cool character. And you're like, well, you want to play him? And I was like, hell yeah! Leaves, comes back, here.
I'll believe you because it was very seat of the pants editing going on. So I can't remember because I have a terrible memory, but I'm sure that's true.
Well, so once the movie came out and you knew that the DVD in the US was going to come out and all that fun stuff, did you guys just get right to it, or were there delays or anything like that?
Well, I mean, it came out in Japan like a year before it came out in the theaters in the US, I think, and we kept expecting. I mean, we kept expecting a DVD to be released in Japan long before any kind of US DVD release, but for some reason, I believe it came out in the. Did it come out in the? It came out in the US first. No, in
Mm,
Japan first on DVD, and then they released it in the UK. Have they released it in the US yet?
That's a very good question.
I
I'm not
would,
too sure.
I don't,
I think Japan and UK got a consecutive release.
I don't
Yeah.
think it's been released in America actually, because I bought the Japanese version because I couldn't find any English versions. Plus, I just wanted to
Well,
know
it
the
could be
character.
possible that it wasn't released yet due to the whole 4 Kids drama.
which
Yeah.
is which is a whole other subject.
And that is a whole other subject, but I haven't seen very many releases from them lately due to that fact. So that could possibly be
Yeah,
one of the reasons.
yeah.
But I think it actually came out in the U.S. in February of last year, if I'm correct.
In
You
the
can
cinema,
just in the cinema, not on DVD release.
there's been no US DVD release as far as I'm aware.
Hmm.
So that actually must have been kind of annoying if you wanted it on the DVD. But I'm assuming you guys used either the US or I'm sorry, either the UK or the Japanese import DVD for editing.
Hmm.
Yes.
And did you guys who did scripting out of curiosity?
Martin.
Mon
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that tends to be the way. Unfortunately, I kind of I don't know. I've always just sort of scripted my projects solo, just because I think at the end of the day I'm very lazy, and I feel like if anybody else were involved, it would make the process a lot harder. I'm just a very lazy guy.
well, you have a
However, I
creative
did
process
get
too.
one little joke into the draft
What was
when
that?
when Martin was because you had just uploaded the rough cut and you were showing us how ideally you would like it to go, and you were stumped on a certain scene. It's when Yusei comes in and sees Paradox, and we were with the Wachow casting like, guys, I don't know what we can say here, and Super Psy Guy simply suggested, why not have Yusei say, I also had an orgasm, and
Yeah.
then at that moment, I just from the corner of my room while hearing them, I just said as Jaden, ha, nice, and Martin was like, I'm gonna put that in.
Exactly.
So, for the most part, though, Martin wrote most of the lines. So, did the other two? Did you guys just do recording? I know that Shady did music
Yes.
composition.
Yes.
which
Yeah.
I will say, perfect song choice. Love Daft Punk.
Well, thank you.
But I have to wonder, that must be really difficult mixing with music in comparison to mixing with voices.
It is a sort of different kind of area of work altogether. But if anything, I consider myself more of a audio guy than a visual editor or recording. I know how to do what I can with audio to make it sound good. And I've been doing song parodies for before Stronger. I've been doing them for a while, so I've always had a sort of keen appreciation and practice for how it goes. But no, it's kind of like it's fairly easy for myself and or Martin or to do a parody and just mix it in. For example, when we were doing Paraboss, which is the last song in the Bonds Beyond Time Abridged movie, I got the resources from Martin and Crow in about I think it was like in a day, and I had the song finalized within about 6 to 7 hours. So it's something really fun to.
Oh, did we lose somebody?
Uh,
I think
Ah,
Shady died.
I think Shady
Huh?
died. Oh,
Oh, no.
no, it was just a little bit of lag.
It's, you know what happened? You know what happened? Paradox went back in time and killed Jaden.
This
Ah.
is very true.
Oh, that's not very happy. Well, at least it can't be annoying anymore. So once you guys saw the finished project for the abridged version, what did you guys think?
I hate it.
You absolutely hate it. You just wish
Terrible.
you could redo it over.
Yeah. No, not really. I mean, I'm proud of it. I'm proud that we did it, and I think it's not my best work ever or anything like that. But I mean, it's good, and I keep getting comments from people saying they loved it, and strangely, a lot of my worst critics actually came to me and said this was really good, and I was just like, what? Okay.
Well, I have to thank you once again. Now I can't go to a convention without hearing all of the homo. I blame you.
I blame me too.
And how
I
have
also
you? Yeah, I mean, I always blame Martin. Just when I'm having a bad day. God.
It is my fault.
Yes. So, how did you guys think of the fan reaction? Because it was very well received.
um
You go
well,
ahead.
I believe Martin was there. Martin was the only one out of the three of us there for the actual premiere at Youmacon. So I wasn't, me or Crow weren't really there to gauge how the fans received it. But how would you consider how the fans received it, Martin?
I had heard that Wonderful went over really well. That's all about you told me.
What's that, sir?
I had heard someone came to me afterwards and they said that it seemed like the most popular line I did was the wonderful.
Oh, really?
Yeah, someone
I
said
do-
that everyone like that was really popular. That's all I was told about how things went at the con.
I do like that line a lot, but
Most of the comments that I've seen in the video, especially in the last part, usually revolve around Stronger, which I was very surprised I didn't think it would receive as well as it did.
you're a fool if you didn't believe that.
Quite so.
I like it a lot, to be honest. Like, if I can be very, very honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the King of Rhymes because I'm not really into that sort of music, but I really love Stronger. Like, if we ever get that cleared on the station, I would love to play it on the station, actually.
Hell yeah.
I'm just waiting for sound exchange.
My favorite reaction to the movie was actually a lack of reaction because the whole. I mean, you mentioned all of the homo, but every time they did the longing stare at each other and it had the careless whisper playing while they're staring at each other, you saying Yami, people scream like the girls were screaming so much you didn't really hear the exchange that happened right after that. So I was like, oh, they're gonna miss the all of the homo part, but then. The third time it happened, there wasn't really a reaction, so they could hear it, and then they exploded with laughter. So I was like, "Thank God they didn't scream."
So definitely the Yaoi fangirls are the ones who really appreciated that.
Yes.
Yes, wonderful. And now,
Wonderful.
very wonderful, yes.
Ah.
And now, actually, before we take our first break, my staff gave me a challenge, and I already did this to Crow the other night.
dear.
Oh.
I didn't expect to do it on air, but
Okay.
I can't do it with Martin actually because you're on an iPad.
Why not?
It uses Flash or some sort of form of JavaScript, so it won't work. But I can, however, give it to Shady and see his reaction if you'd be willing to look at it.
Okay.
He's like, I don't want to do this.
The squirrel thing should not be an issue in this case.
It is a Korean comic, and for the listeners out there, we talked about this last night during Bobby's show, after we terrified him. And I linked to it last night. I'm not going to link to it today because there is one portion that is a little bit gory. You won't be able to read what it says, but yeah, it's just a comic.
I don't like it.
A real man gets all the way through it.
That's disgusting.
Awkward silence.
That was horrendous. That's horrible. Thank you very much. I that's okay. I didn't really have any intention to sleep tonight anyway, so thank you.
So I'm assuming you saw his head turn and
Yes. Unfortunately, I did.
Did you
You
just
sent me
show
that
him
at
2
3
Damn
a.m.
Magician Girls, 1 Pot of Greed?
That's exactly what I showed him, and I just wanted to make sure that you guys stayed up all night.
She sent me that at 3 a.m.
I did. And
Oh,
your reaction was amazing because you didn't even see the second part, did you?
no, you told me that there was a second part afterwards, and then I scrolled down to it.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, and then I reacted to that one a bit better because at that point I knew that the point of this thing was to freak me the hell out, which the first part did.
Well, if it makes you guys feel better, I got it out of a website that only posts funny things, so I expected funny. I didn't get funny. I was not impressed.
And I started sending it around to people, and one person was like, I know that link by heart. What kind of sick monster are you?
So for anybody who wants that link, I'll make sure to link it in the IRC after 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because it's a little bit gory. I don't want to get you in trouble with your parents. Sorry. Anyway, we're going to go do a short break here on 91.8 The Fan, but don't go anywhere because my guests aren't going anywhere. They might be eating, but they're not going anywhere. So keep it tuned to 91.8 The Fan. Everything you want and nothing you don't.
Hi, I'm the Celtic Guardian, but you guys can call me Dave. When I'm not busy being sacrificed in order to summon monsters that are halfway useful, I like to listen to 918 The Fan, one of the hottest online radio shows on the worldwide internet highway. Thing. Did I mention I have like 1,400 attack points? That's a big deal in my world, you know. Plus, I have a sword. Does the Blue Eyes White Dragon have a sword? No. Fuck the Blue Eyes White Dragon. Seriously.
Hey everybody out there, you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. I still have my 3 guests, and how are we going to introduce you guys again this time? Are we going to go backwards? Do you want to try that?
Sure.
All right. So do we know who's first?
Hi, I'm the Azure Crow.
You know what? We could do it alphabetically as characters, but they'd all be Y. Oh no, Jaden would come first.
They'd all be-
I'm messing up.
We don't know the alphabet here on 91.8 The Fan, just so you know.
That'd be what? Jaden, Yugi.
Jaden,
Yusei.
Yami, Yusei, because A becomes before you.
Yeah.
We're going with
Yes.
Yugi or Yami. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so somebody
I'm
introduce yourself.
Am I introducing myself as Jaden or Shady?
Whichever you prefer at this point. I
JD.
give up.
JD. Hi, I'm JD.
And I'm Little Yummy.
And I'm the Azure Hotness. I don't know. I don't know how to twist Yusei's name with mine. They're both very boring.
Well, behind the scenes, we were actually talking about your guys' favorite lines. So I'm kind of curious, not what your favorite line, like your character's favorite line of the series was, but some of the other characters' favorite lines of yours, to make it confusing.
That is very confusing.
I
That is
try.
quite confusing.
So you want to know what our favorite lines are said by other characters that are
Yes.
not us? Okay.
That are not yours. Yes.
Well, I said during the break, my favorite. I keep saying Sammy. Sorry. My favorite Yusei lines are either "Get out" or him saying "the wonderful," which the timing on it helps a lot, but the delivery is great. Jaden, I think my favorite. A lot of the stuff that Shady recorded that didn't make it, unfortunately, because it was like alternate takes. The part where I can't remember what the lead up to it is, but it's right when Yusei is about to say I'm going to go back in time and slap myself in the face, but Jaden is like, "What's up?" and like every single version of that Shady recorded was my favorite line because he changed it around so much. He was like, "What's up, bro? Yeah, what?" And you know what else is my favorite? I don't know. I don't think I used it, but when Yusei says to Jaden, "You have friends," as in like he's shocked that Jaden even has friends, and one of Shady's takes was, "Yes, I do." That was my favorite.
Yeah, a lot of things I've recorded got cut in the rough cut, but that's just generally how it goes.
I'm sorry.
No, it's cool, dude. It's your project. Let's see. I think what I mentioned in the break is my favorite Yami line is I think it's the second introduction of the No Homo segment, and Yami just goes, "Could I come?" I don't know why, I just really enjoy that delivery. My favorite Yusei line, I think, is. I would have to agree with Martin as well and say it's the Get Out line. But I think probably one of my one of my favorite lines from the entire project itself, just because it's just so borderline cringy, is when Pegasus says, "Look at all the restraining orders just waiting to happen." And I actually managed to catch a live video of the premiere of that at Youmacon, and that line itself seemed to get the biggest reaction and a lot of kind of O's in the crowd. That can't believe Martin went there.
Really?
So I would say that would be mine.
For Jaden, I see one performance-wise. Performance-wise, I absolutely adore the way you yell, "That tears it, Venice sucks." The way you scream "sucks" was fantastic.
Oh, thank you. Sir.
As far as the other one, it's just, we talked about this earlier when he just says "ha, nice" from the background. I thought that summed up your Jaden so well. For Yugi, I don't know if I have a favorite comedic line apart from, you screaming all of the homo. Because it sounded wonderful, but performance-wise, when you said, "But we're not in your timeline, are we?" That line sent shivers down my spine.
It's quite intense.
It was.
Very nice. Now, hopefully, you guys have learned more about each other. We can go by the campfire and sing "Kumbaya."
Sing all of the homo.
Yeah, that's a better idea. Yeah, but now it's your guys' favorite part of the show. Maybe depends how much you guys like to pimp yourselves out. Are there any projects that you guys are currently working on, or that you're about to work on that you can talk about to the fans out there?
I think Shady should go first because he's currently working on something with X, the Dark One, that's very important.
Yeah, I can go with that. Me and X are doing a 24-hour live broadcast. I should probably say I do Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Abridged, and X the Dark One is my heterosexual life partner to the show, and we're doing a 24-hour broadcast in relation to the Dan Green cause, because Dan Green is on a little bit of a rocky road right now, and we're doing what we can to assist him. And during this broadcast, we'll be broadcasting the scripting, editing, recording, and essentially the whole composition of our next episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Abridged, and see if we can get an episode started from scratch and posted and live within 24 hours. And during that, we'll be having auctions and incentives and everything like that, and 100% of the proceeds go towards the cause. And we're hoping that can kick off on January the 17th at 4 p.m. GMT, 11 a.m. EST, which I think will be a great way to get the community involved. And we've already received over $150 in donations, and we haven't even started the broadcast yet, which is fantastic. So I'm really looking forward to doing something like that.
Now, for the fans who don't know what happened, would one of you guys like to enlighten the listeners?
Anybody? I guess I'll do it. Basically, Dan Green's wife, Michael, she passed away in childbirth, giving birth to twins, which was something that Dan and his wife had been dreaming of for a long time. They'd been dreaming of being parents for as long as they'd been together, and unfortunately, when it actually happened, he had to lose her, and now he's left with obviously a great gift of these two children, but he's struggling to raise them on his own, which is a difficult task for anybody. I mean, I had comments because I did a charity drive where we raised a lot of money for Dan Green, And although we had a lot of comments from people saying things like, well, he's a successful voice actor, isn't he? Why does he need help? And here's the problem. First of all,
there's no such thing as a successful voice actor, only a lucky one.
That's Mariana Miller in the background. I don't know if you could hear her. But basically, a voice actor is, as successful as whatever job they have at that week. Basically, they get paid per job, and it's not like it's a constant source of income. It's not the most high paying job in the world. And here's the thing: raising children on your own is difficult regardless of your circumstances. So it was literally just a call for help for a man who's in a very difficult situation, who deserves all the help he can get.
And now I've seen it pretty much everywhere. I've seen it on ANN and within the voice acting community. I've seen it on Facebook and whatnot. So I hope that everything has been going successful in terms of the donation.
As far as Shady's thing goes, I mean, I don't know, but we got over $6,000, and I know from Mike Pollock, the guy running the Dan Green guest book, that he received a lot of donations throughout the charity drive. So I don't know exactly the total amount raised so far on their part, but the support shown has been pretty awesome.
Well, wonderful, because we'll have him on actually next week, and we'll ask him, how successful it has been, and pimp that out a bit more for the listeners who are curious about that. And obviously, my producer, Siege, or Christmas, depending on which one is paying attention, we'll link to that in the IRC for you guys.
Awesome.
And now, is there anything else that you guys would like to tell the listeners about?
I got no projects currently running on my side. Don't know about you guys.
Same as I always have, we've got the satire going, and that's 4 or 5 acts from actually being completed. That's very exciting for me and Kirtro, because we've been putting a lot of heart into this for the past couple years. I don't know if this counts at all, but we host a Minecraft server that just went back up, so any Minecraft players out there? Yeah.
Do I get to blame you for Sarah Lane? Because I will blame you.
I bought her Minecraft, so yeah, you can blame me for that.
Sorry.
Something just pinged actually. It's still in an intentional stage. We're not entirely sure when it'll get done, but myself, Martin, and Crow intend to do a full version of Paraboss. But we're not entirely sure as to when that'll happen, but the intention is definitely there.
Ooh, very exciting. So we'll obviously keep our eyes peeled to you guys' Facebooks and websites and YouTubes. Do you have any new social things to look out for?
Mm-hmm. No.
Nope. It's all the same. I don't have a Tumblr.
Every day I'm tumbling. Sorry. I fell into the Tumblr trap, and now apparently I'm a 13-year-old girl for doing so.
Can I announce the song parody that was, because somebody donated like $2,000 for me to do a song parody, and
that was crazy.
I haven't actually publicly said what the song parody they chose was yet, but I figured this would be as good a time as any.
Oh, sure, feel free.
They actually gave me 2 decisions, but Shady actually helped me out. He found a very great instrumental track for one of them. Apparently there isn't a decent instrumental track for the other one available. I did a search, I couldn't find one. But the song that I'm going ahead with will be Telephone by Lady Gaga. Which is a surprisingly obvious choice for $2,000, I have to say, but I'm not going to complain. I mean, it sounds like it'll get a lot of fans excited, so.
And it's a fun song. I'm sure you'll have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
I tried to compete with that bid for like the first day, and that one shot up so quickly that I was like, why'd I try? But
what song would you have chosen if you would have won?
Yeah.
I had
every fight.
Actually, that was one of the choices when we talked about it in staff, because I love that song so much.
It's such a good song.
Do you really mean that?
No.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you weren't deaf. And now, are there any conventions or events you guys have throughout the rest of the year 2012?
Oh, you're asking the wrong guy here. It's Martin who has the stuff.
Okay. Well, I mean, what conventions do we have? We have Comic-Con, which is February the 3rd to the 5th in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, where I'll be appearing with Mariana Miller and the Nostalgia Critic. Well, technically, you're not a guest, are you, Mariana?
I don't know.
But Nostalgia Critic's going.
I'm lucky I'm going at all.
Crispin Freeman's going. A bunch of people are going. I forget the exact.
We're going.
name. You guys are going, of course. Oh my god, I'm forgetting everybody. That's from February the 3rd to the 5th, and that's going to be awesome. Then we have Anime Milwaukee, which is from the 17th to the 19th, I believe.
Do we? Am I going to that one?
She's kind of bitter right now, isn't she?
I'm gonna have to check that.
No, I'm pretty sure you asked them.
Yeah, I did because they said you wouldn't be a guest. Yeah, that's right. Because I remember asking. They invited you. This is just going way off topic. Anime Milwaukee from the 17th to the 19th, where the Nostalgia Critic will be again. I don't think. Are you guys going to Anime Milwaukee?
No plans as of yet.
Okay. Then we have MomoCon, which is in Georgia. Don't remember what day that is. It's somewhere in March. I believe it's in March. I can't remember. But I'm looking forward to that because that's my first non-Anime Con guest appearance, I believe.
And it's the first con that we're going to be selling our own merch.
And it's the first con where I will be selling my own merchandise, yes.
Oh, congrats.
Yes, I'm very excited and intimidated and excited and intimidated.
I peed a little bit.
Mariana peed, apparently.
Well, if it makes you feel better, Comic-Con is the first convention we're selling our own merchandise too.
Oh, hey.
Yes.
But didn't you guys have a booth there last year?
We had a booth, but we didn't have anything to sell. We were
Oh,
just
okay.
taking requests and playing the radio.
Sweet. Well, I think that's all I can announce right now. I think there are some other things planned, but I can't talk about them.
Well, we'll keep up to date on your Facebook and whatnot. And I'm gonna do this for Crow here. Someone invite Crow to a convention.
Please, I am a very unhappy con virgin.
He wants to get off his island that has the weird
I have
freaking
never
time
been to a
zone.
convention.
I'm just saying. I know
Searching the
there.
clock here.
Well, I know there are conventions that actually, they listen and they see who is available and who's not. So Crow's available. Just saying.
I am always available forever.
And for people just tuning in, no, I wasn't talking about dates, unless I was misinformed.
Oh,
We'll talk.
And now,
nice.
Dates at cons?
generally near the end of the interview, we try and ask you guys to do a bump, which I'm not sure if we can organize since we don't even know the alphabet. Are you guys up for the task, or do you think
Oh
it's...
god, last time I did this.
I need to know what a bump is if I'm going to be bumping with Martin and Crow.
A radio bump. Actually, we asked you last time you were on air. We basically asked if you'd be willing to say, "Hello, my name is, I do this."
Oh, of course you.
And you're tuned in to 91.8 The Fan. Though I think in this case, the simplest thing would be each of, one of you taking the reins and going, "Hello, I'm," and then somebody else going, "I'm," and somebody else going, "I'm," and
You
then
need to do one in character.
in character.
Why not?
If you guys can figure out the best way to do it.
We could recycle the lines we used for the introduction of the characters in the Bonds Around Time Abridged movie.
Yeah, we could do that.
I don't remember it perfectly.
It's
I'm the serious one with a voice that makes the fangirl swoon.
I'm Yusei
Yes,
Fudo.
right.
I'm the one with the voice that makes fangirl swoon. I'm Jaden Yuki. I'm the one.
I'm the cute hyperactive one that people want to choke in his sleep.
And I'm Yukimoto. And I was playing card games before it was cool. I
Okay.
think.
And then you
And
guys
then
just have to.
And then at the end of that, is it? And you're listening to 918 The Fan?
You're tuned into 91.8 The Fan.
91.8.
Very important, that part.
Yeah, they're writing that part down.
All right. So.
No,
Crow,
you know
do wanna
what
go
we should
first?
do? You know what we should do after we all say our lines? I can say, and you're listening, and then Crow can say to 91.8. No, to 91.8 The Fan, and then in the background, Jaden can go nice.
Go.
If you change it to "you're tuned into," we have a deal.
Okay.
Okay. So
Okay. So, Crow, do you want to do your you say lines, and I'll follow with
why
Jade?
don't we go in order of the series?
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
Wait, what?
So that would mean Martin was first.
But in the movie, it's
Yeah, let's follow it. Follow it.
Okay.
how about can I say take one? Are we clear for
Yep.
Okay.
sure.
Take one.
Can we just? What was the start again?
Like you say, Fudo, I'm the serious one with the voice.
Are we doing
how
another?
do I know the script?
All right. I'm Yusei Fudo. I'm the serious one with the voice that makes the fangirls swoon.
And I'm Jaden Yuki, the cute hyperactive one who people want to choke in his sleep.
And I'm Yukimoto, and I was playing card games before it was cool. And you're tuned in
To 91.8 The Fan.
Ha! Nice.
Oh wow, you guys actually did it in one take. I'm really surprised. We can't do introductions, but we can do that in one take. I'm
Do
actually
you remember what it was like last time I was on here? And
Yes.
you're watching.
Yes, you did say watching, but I'm going to give you guys a little crowd surge, wonderful little sound effect here because I'm really proud of you. But now, is there anything else you guys want to tell the listeners out there? Just thanks or anything like that?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tip your waitress.
And now,
Lovely
also,
weather.
well, thank you guys for doing this again, but also I want to blame Little Kribo because he's going to torture your ears because he wants me to play every fight. I'm totally blaming you. You did ask me, yes?
Yes, I did.
All right, so thank you for this interview. If you missed any of it, make sure to keep your eyes peeled to 918thefan.com. It'll be up on the website within the next few days. And I'm sorry for this song. It's not my fault.